What's up, everyone, and welcome to A Dad's Life Show. My name is Christian, and here we talk about the good and bad, the ups and downs of being a dad. Today, we've got an amazing guest coming through. We've got Coach Mendez. Not only is he an entrepreneur, he's a fitness coach expert. He's also helps coaches be able to work their online fitness program, get clients, set up their programming. He's an amazing, amazing coach with that. He's been mentioned in Forbes magazines as well as tons of other magazines. He's a Puma Pro athlete as well as a dad. So let's welcome in Anthony Mendez. Welcome to the show, my man.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? How are you?
So good, man. Busy as always. Yeah. How about you?
Doing good, man. Same thing. Busy, but busy's good. Busy's good.
Busy's always good, man, right?
Right on. That's right, man. Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time and having this interview with me. Super stoked to have you on here. You're an amazing dude. You've been, a big influence to me through, my whole career, online coaching, fitness in general, and everything like that. And I know you are to a lot of others. You do a lot of amazing stuff. So again, thank you for your time and coming in, and we're going to get some great content here and be able to help even more people, with everything that you do and stuff like that. So again, thanks.
Of course, bro. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump right into it. Now, first off, you're an entrepreneur, you're a fitness coach expert. You're, a pro athlete for Puma. I mean, dude, you do just about everything. I mean, you've been mentioned in Forbes magazines, tons of other magazines, all like that. I mean, you're just absolutely crushing it. So, the biggest thing, obviously, you're a dad. How old's your daughter now? Is she 2 or almost 3?
She's gonna be 3 in January.
Awesome, yeah. Bro. That's good. It's a good age, and it's just so fun to watch them grow and learn and continue to, become a little human and stuff like that. So
it's crazy how fast she's growing, man. It's definitely it makes me just want to say, okay, let me be a little bit extra more intentional here, because these years are gonna pass by like in the blink of an eye. So I gotta enjoy them as much as I can.
Absolutely. And so, kind of going into the first question here for you, with everything that you got going on, how do you find that balance to be able to, really soak up that time and make sure that you are there, for not only, your daughter, but for your whole family and everything?
Yeah. So I think one of the things I always like to say is, at the end of the day, we hear the word balance, right? And I think the goal is to try to build as much internal balance with ourselves. But, life is life. There's never going to be a really exact moment where everything's completely balanced, right? It's always going to be like a little teeter tot where it's going to lean a little bit more this way, lean a little bit more that way, and back and forth, right? That's life. But I think it's kind of like when we use the word balance, I think it's more of like when I say, okay, well, internally, I feel a certain level of balance. And and the way I do that is, by being able to create a high optimizing schedule, and I tell people all the time that if your schedule is not optimized, you're not going to be able to win in whatever it is you want to win in life, and that's one of the first things I teach my clients when they join my programs is you got to build a high optimizing schedule. And what that means is you got to put down what's most important for you throughout the week. What doesn't serve you, take that out. And then you have to learn to see, okay, what do I need to stop doing that isn't something that's going to help me? What is it that I need to hand off, and what do I need to automate? And when you can understand that, that's when you can start creating more open space for the things that are most important for you, right? So you have to go into your schedule now and see that. You have to see, okay, what doesn't serve me? What can I automate? What can I hand off to somebody else to do? And then, of course, plug in what's most important. And then at the end of the day, is you got to fill up your white gaps with productivity. I see so many people who have white gaps in their schedule and they just don't know what to do, or they're so lost and confused and they're just wasting that time doing unproductive things because they don't know what to do. They don't have a plan. They don't have a system for their day to day. And I think it's important to have a system for your day to day to follow, which then when you get to your moment, when you're spending time with your family, your kids, stuff like that, you don't have to worry about work. You don't have to worry about doing all the things that you need to do, even the things of taking care of yourself. You already did them in the beginning of the day or during the day. So now when you get home or when you're at home and the day's ending, whatever time that is for anybody, you can intentionally be there with your loved ones. You can intentionally be there with your family and kids without having to worry about going to pick up the phone or send a message or jump on an email, whatever it is, because you already did that, and you intentionally did that by blocking off those specific time slots and respecting them, which I think is the most important thing when you build your schedule, is respecting your schedule. I say it all the time: if you don't respect your schedule doesn't respect you, and you have to respect your schedule. So whatever's most important in your schedule, you have to treat it as that most important thing. So if you're working out, you're working out. If you're eating lunch, you're eating lunch. If you're doing this, you're doing this. And you have to treat it as that, as important as a client, as important as a business, important as a family, whatever it is, you have to treat that time slot for what it is.
Absolutely. I mean, you're totally on point with that. The schedule, like, if you don't have your schedule worked out, you're set up for failure. The schedule is everything. And again, you got to commit to those things. That time that you're doing, put the phone down, really focus on what you're doing, and give it your best. So
Totally.
fantastic. That as parents, especially young kids, it's hard is how do you, focus in on teaching your kids, your daughter and stuff about good nutrition and how you kind of balance out the sugar and stuff like that.
Totally. So I would say, honestly, for me, it's like, I just try to make it as fun as possible from the moment they're born. I think it's important to just expose them around these healthier food options. You know what I mean? I think when you start exposing to them and they start, developing their taste buds and you're getting them used to it, I think that helps tremendously to at least get them used to, hey, this is what they're feeding me, and this is what I'm going to be fed, so I think it helps. And of course, I tell people all the time, doesn't mean restrain your kids from not having a piece of candy or not having something they really like. Like, don't do that either. Like, I think it's important that they do enjoy something that they want to enjoy, because at the end of the day, when we go out into the real world, they're going to experience some of that stuff, and when you're the parent that's forcing them 24/7, no, you're being that overly strict parent and holding them down from every little tiny thing. That's when they're going to create more resentment and they're going to do things behind your back. So I think it's important to just teach them, like, hey, at these times, this is what we have, or during the day or during the week, this is how we do eat here, and then on the weekend, here's your one treat, or, here at, during the day when you get home from school, all right, I'm going to give you your favorite snack, but that's it. And then, you're going to eat your dinner and this is what we're going to have for dinner, so I think, like, setting up, like, whether it's in days or like at the end of the weekend or whatever it is, whatever works best for you as a parent, like setting up things like that, I think helps tremendously. And then also too, when it comes to like healthy foods, like, don't force your kid to also just eat something they really don't like. I would give them healthy options. So like, if your kid, maybe they love broccoli a little bit more than asparagus and another green, let them choose, like, let them pick. Like, I rather than pick than force them, hey, you're eating this right now. Like, hey, I'll literally bring my little one over and I'm cooking and I'll be like, honey, what do you want today? You know what I mean? Now that she's understanding, I'll be like, which one do you want? You want this one or this one? And they're both healthy options, but I let her pick. So I let her be part of the picking process. So that way she feels like, oh, I'm in control. Like, I still can pick, but at the end of the day, I know I'm still in control. You know what I mean? Because I'm the one giving her the two healthy options. I'm just let her pick which one. I don't care. You know what I mean? So I think when you can do things like that as well, it helps. And that same thing goes with other things. You know what I mean? Like, even like kids who might give a hard time for wanting to put on a certain type of clothes or do this. It's like, give them options. Like, you want the pink one or you want to wear the yellow one? Which one do you want to wear? Right? So you're picking it, but you're giving an option. So you're letting them pick too. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, with kids, like, I'm all about the discipline. Like, I'm all about, like, hey, they have to learn respect and, like, but at the same time, I'm all about them also allowing them to make their choices. You know what I mean? Like, within a safe, within a certain realm and safe environment, from knowing what you're allowing them to make choices from, whether it's 2-3 things that you're showing them, make those choices from those 2-3 things, but at least you're giving them the option, and they're going to be like, wow, my dad or my mom is allowing me to pick what I want to wear today, or they're allowing me to pick what I want to eat today, or cook today with them. So I think when you do that, I think it helps tremendously when it comes to especially when we're going back talking about eating healthy foods or making healthy food choices. And then, of course, like, they can have their treat on my little girl. Like, she's she loves chocolate or she loves candy, you know, so she's like, Dada, candy, you know what I mean? So I've already like built with her where it's like she knows that she'll get it on the weekend, you know, one day, and here you go. And I get her excited. And I even tell her, I take her to the store here, the supermarket during the week, and I'll tell her, which one do you want? Pick. And then I said, but we're gonna save it for the weekend, okay? This is not for today. And she'll look at me. She's like, oh, this is for the weekend, okay? If not, Dada's not gonna get it. And she's like, okay, okay. And then I let her pick, and then she knows it's for the weekend. And of course, she's a little kid. They're gonna have their little moments and stuff like that. But you have to just work with them and coach them through it, and just like let them know, hey, you're gonna still get it, but not right now. You know, it's also still you still have to control at the end of the day as a parent, you know, the certain measures of how you're gonna approach it, and then reward your child, or give it to them when you want to give it to them. And then just make it fun for them. You know, that's just my way. There's no perfect way, I say, you know, that's just my way of doing it. And I'm sure there's many other ways that other parents are doing it as well that I'm sure I can learn from.
Well, no, I mean, that's fantastic. I really think that allowing children to have an option, have a choice, allow them to have a little sense of control, and that, you know, they can choose those things. I think that's fantastic. So yeah, great tips right there, man. Thank you. Going into the next one, you know, I watch your Sweat It Out and I listen to your Sweat It Out podcast. And bro, also everyone, if you haven't checked him out on YouTube, go check out his YouTube show, Sweat It Out. Great stuff on there. So go check out those videos, like, subscribe, leave some comments, but great stuff. One that really, yeah, absolutely. One that really spoke out to me was one that you guys talked about, love language. And I personally, I've got the book, five love languages and stuff. And there's so much power in understanding the love language, not only for your kids, but also for your spouse and everything. And just, I mean, any relationship. And that's what you guys really dove into on that. So again, we're going to talk more so about spouse and your children, but you're out there in life. It applies to all relationships. So definitely go check out that one. We'll leave a link down in the description below, so you can go check that video out. It's definitely worth watching. So what are just kind of explain the love language first off, and then we'll go into, you know, how some tips for, you know, your spouse, as well as kind of figuring it out for your kids and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you know, but unfortunately for me and my ex we had split up back in January.
Okay.
It's been quite a while now. So it's actually, I've been through a journey of co-parenting, which has been an interesting process of learning a whole different way of parenting, and just going about raising my little one. So I can definitely give you guys some stuff that I've dealt with, struggles and new wins that I've gained, and just still figuring out this whole co-parenting process is still so fresh. It hasn't even been a year. But for me, you know, I would say, you know, at the end of the day, let's just say love language in general, or especially when it comes to, you know, work with your kids, or even like, I'll explain when I was with my significant other. It's just important because of communication, and there's understanding too. Like, at the end of the day, you can do whatever it is possible to try to like make somebody happy or gain their love, or like get love from them. But if you don't understand their love language, you can gift them everything in the world. To them, that might not be the thing that might show love to them, you know? So you're there spending money on all these gifts, thinking that you're doing something that they're going to like, and not that they won't like it, but that's not what really makes them feel loved. So you have to find out, like, is it that quality time? Is it those words of affirmation? You know, like what is it that's going to make my partner feel loved, make them feel wanted? Like, okay, that person hears me, they understand, they know what I need, they know what I want to feel loved by them, you know? And I think a lot of times we sometimes, even knowing, we can sometimes slip by that, because the easiest way is to like say, okay, I'm just going to buy them flowers and give them this, and okay, cool. Or I'm just going to get them this, and just, right. It happens all the time, you know, but you have to be intentional with just remembering, you know what, like, I have to sit down, spend some time with my significant other, or spend time with my loved one, and let me give them that quality time that they want, you know, because that's their love language, and I know that's how they feel connected with me, you know. Or maybe it's like, hey, let me be more cautious of, like, you know what, every time they do something, like she left the house immaculate, hey babe, you did an amazing job, like, wow, the house is beautiful, it smells great, like, thank you so much, right? Some people need that. They need to hear it, right? So like for me personally, here's another one, like touch is another one, so like for me, like physical touch is an important one. Like physical touch is an important one. And I would say like quality time is important for me as well. I would say gifts is probably my last one, even though like gifts, like don't get me wrong, people like gifts, but it's not, for me, it's not like, oh, that's going to show me you love me. You know what I mean? For me, it's more about, physically touching, spending time together, like even words of affirmation as well, letting me know that, hey, you're noticing what I'm doing, and it counts for you. You know what I mean? So for me, that's important for me personally. But that's why I always tell people all the time, you have to understand your significant other's love languages, and your, like you said, your children's love languages as well, because you might have, I only have one, but I know you have two children, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure both their love languages might be different, so the way you show love to one child might be different than the way you show love to the other child. It's the same thing like learning. Some kids learn one way, other kids learn another way. Like in everything in life, some people do things one way, some people do things other way. So you have to just understand what it is that that child or your significant other needs from you, and you have to just practice like just being more cautious and be more aware, be more intentional, to just remember that, okay, this is what they need from me, to feel loved.
And it's so strong and so powerful. Might take some time to kind of figure those things out, but you gotta, talk about it, ask the questions. Again, there's a book out there you can buy, you can go through it, you know what I mean, with your partner on your own, and just understand these things. And it's helped us out a lot. I realized that, whatever I say or buy, my significant other, she doesn't really care. She'd rather me clean the house for her. So it's more of those, acts of services. And I'm like, I swept the house and mopped the floors for you. Are you happy? Can we go do something? Or you know what I mean? So yeah, it's extremely important and powerful. So yeah, again, that love language applies to every relationship in your life. Definitely go check out his YouTube show. He did on that. Again, link down below, and it's going to help out whatever you're doing. Again, I mean, he's an amazing entrepreneur and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of great tips in that video. Again, go check that out.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely, bro. Lastly, another one that you guys posted up there, which I've gotten really into and really stoked about, is you guys talked about crypto and NFTs and stuff like that. So kind of just wanted to talk to you, when did you find out about crypto? How long have you been into it for?
Yeah, so it's funny. Like I'm no expert at all. So I'm fairly new at it. I've actually learned from my brother who knows more about it. I've learned from one the guest that we had on, he's a business partner of mine as well. He's been teaching me for a little bit now. So I would say I've been really diving into the crypto world, like actually paying attention to it and investing in it. I want to say in the past year. Um, my things of what I've learned has been really, first of all, just align yourself with the coins or the cryptos that you really believe in, and based on what it is that their mission or what it is that they do or what they represent, like really align with that. Of course, like they're gonna tell you this coin is gonna be better for this, or this one's gonna make you more money. I get it, and there might be moments where that's true, but at the end of the day, like you want to invest in a product or you want to invest in something you believe in. So invest in a coin you believe in based on whatever it is that their philosophy or whatever it is that they're going for as a company. So that's how one of the biggest recommendations I've gotten from some of my brothers, some of my other people that I've talked to, my sources, is invest in something you believe in. And then, pick kind of like 2 to 3 coins that you can kind of like start dripping some money into. Obviously, like there's opportunities where like you might have certain drops, you can take opportunities and get into a bigger game with it and then flip it. But again, like those people doing that, I'm sure they're at another level and they understand how to do that right. I'm not at the point where I'm like, okay, I feel 100% confident expert mode to be able to do something like that unless somebody guided me specifically to do it. I've been more just dripping and just like slowly investing every month, a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there. Except one coin where I did do a bigger investment was actually 2 coins, was Ethereum and Cardano. I had other ones like Chainlink and, you know, like I said, Ethereum. I've gotten a few Ethereums as well. You know, just because it's like the second behind Bitcoin. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, again, it goes back to like, which one do you connect with the most as a company? And then, you know, I think moving forward too is like looking at the coins that are going to be the most used as well, like coins that are going to be most used depending on, you know, the things you can buy with, the things that you can use. Like here in Miami, you know, Miami's already become considered like the I think it's now the most used crypto city. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like one of those things where I'm even trying to learn more because, you know, we have a mayor out here, Suarez. He's a huge crypto advocate and tech advocate. So he's trying to bring a lot of that, which he has. So, you know, I'm trying to push a lot of that, you know, forward over here. So I know that over here they push a lot of Ethereum. I know obviously Bitcoin. I've even noticed some places around here. I think it's called what's this other coin? Polygon or something like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the other ones that I've been noticing pop up around here too, being used. So it's interesting, man. Like I'll tell you right now, like I'm still learning myself. So I'm just telling you from my experience and just things that they've told me and kind of like what I've seen work for me. And, you know, maybe later on I'll be a little bit more aggressive or I'll be willing to try to want to take advantage of some of those early coins that are just coming out. And, you know, but again, I would have to know what I'm doing. I'm not going to just do that and do that. So I'm just kind of just dripping everything right now.
You know, I mean, that's one thing I've been seeing so much on Miami. The mayor there is all for it, really pushing it, a huge advocate for it. He got Miami their own Miami coin, and I was reading about that, and I mean, dude, that's awesome. I mean, just the amount that he was saying that they're going to be getting in revenue, so they don't even have to start dipping into taxes. Like, that's one thing through this space. I've been in for about 7 months now, and it's mind blowing on everything. Just trying to understand how what the Ethereum does, Cardano. I mean, dude, you got an insane. It's going to be doing good.
I was listening to it early on. I got lucky with that. Like I really was listening to this. Believe it or not, I was listening to one of my close guys, which was my business partner, and I was also listening, believe it or not, to this guy Vegas Dave, the guy that does all the sports betting. He's like the top in sports betting. Gives a ton of sports betting advice. He was heavy into the crypto. He's heavy into the crypto. He was talking about Cardano a lot, and it just made sense. And this guy is like one of the best at like the sports. I was like, you know what? I was like, this guy makes a lot of sense. Let me start listening to that. I was getting on his lives, and I really liked Cardano because Cardano, the owner of Cardano, left Ethereum, and he started Cardano. So I was like, okay, cool. And I really liked what they were doing. I really liked what they're going for. And I said, you know what? Let me dump in here. And I said, let me get in early because I know that this is a coin has potential. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. You know, they're saying Cardano's supposed to go maybe $15 this bull run. So,
That's
you know,
yeah.
Yeah, you'd be stoked with that, man. Yeah, that's some awesome gains, man. And that's, you know, that's the thing is I've been in stocks and stuff, and then I started seeing, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then even saw Doge and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh, it's really volatile, but like, you know, you're getting 10 to 20% a day sometimes, you know what I mean? And right now, we're going to see some incredible gains. So super excited.
You're even hearing rumors where there's people like with all the cryptos NFT. You're even rumors of people already they're starting to want it to be. They want some of this stuff to be government regulated.
Yeah, you know, from what I see is like, you know, with insider trading and stuff, you know, a lot of these dumps that what I've kind of been finding out are a lot more institutionals, or these whales as they call them. And with that, they'll all talk and they're like, all right, we're going to dump it, try to shake, you know, the paper hands out and get people liquidated or liquidate longs or shorts. And so, you know, it would help a little bit of regulation with that. But, you know, I've been watching some of the stuff that some of them have been saying, like the SEC and different stuff. And it's like, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how they regulate it. But I definitely believe that they're a little scared of what the crypto can do, you know, because, you know, we may not need central banks and stuff anymore. You know, I mean, it's all about the financial freedom. Like Cardano, you know, they're going to be taking over Africa from what I've kind of learned from that. And I mean, in Africa, their main currency is exchanging, you know, minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just it's crazy in some of the different parts of the world
The South
how
American country, I forgot which South American country too. Cardano was, I think, talking about. I forgot which one, but they were gonna also take over a South American country. They're gonna just use the Cardano coin, or something
awesome.
like that. And then I think there was another country in Asia. There was another place in Asia as well that was talking about, you know, trying to like people trying to use these the coins to be able to just move their money out of Asia like this ASAP. So that way, you know, because if not, you're screwed over there, you know. So that's the crazy thing with all these coins, man. It's just like, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, I would like regulated. Obviously, they're like, I do want to regulate. I don't want to regulate it because also too, like, they want regulated for peace of mind as well, because it's just all over the place. And when something gets regulated, there's like peace of mind around it. But again, then you're screwed. You're stuck with like whatever those regulations are. We don't know, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, so much for coming in. That's all the questions that I got for you today. But real quick, let's let everyone tuning in know where to find you on all the social media platforms.
yeah, definitely. So, you know, you guys can connect with me on IG at Mendez Fitness, YouTube Mendez Fitness, Clubhouse Anthony Mendez, and then also as well you can connect with me on my email mendezfitnesspro@gmail.com. And then honestly, the easiest way is IG. That's where I spend most of my time. So literally DM me or email me, and I'll definitely respond to you guys.
Awesome, bro. Well, again, thank you so much for coming in. It's always good to chat with you, bro. And other than that, man, have a wonderful day.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Take care, bro.